is trying to proactively eliminate certain uses so we can clear the table for new redevelopment. This 3-mile stretch starts from North Berkeley Lake Road and goes down to Old Peachtree Road. And this is definitely a project-driven master plan. It will take quite a few years for us to see this happen. There are even plans within the master plan to have a multimodal transit facility in downtown Duluth, which would provide you transportation to Gwinnett Place Mall, maybe one of the MARTA stations, or even a commuter rail to Gainesville. So our Buford Highway Master Plan is very comprehensive, and it's been a very big project for us. The next project is just the project of connecting roads. And for over a decade, this council has been focused on coordinating the roads that go around Duluth. And we have several road projects in place now. The one I want to point out to you today is the little circle up at the top of the screen. At this place in Duluth, we actually have 5 roads that are coming in together. We have Irvindale that we are improving the sidewalks on. We are adding a new road at the tip of Joan Glancy that goes over to Abbott's Bridge Road. We're calling that road the Hospital Connector. I'm going to take this moment to say I would like to name the road the George Rogers Boulevard after our Heisman Trophy winner. We're also working to improve West Lawrenceville, McClure Bridge, and then there's an alternative optional road called Ridgeway Road that may not be for cars. We haven't really decided that yet, have we, council? But we know it might be some type of alternative bikeway or path. But nonetheless, we have 5 roads coming into one area. The council decided that the best way to handle this section would be with a roundabout. The Livable City Initiative, which is sponsored by the Atlanta Regional Commission, said 10 years ago that Duluth needed to coordinate their roads. This roundabout will be the 3rd roundabout in Gwinnett. It's about a $600,000 project. But the advantage of the roundabout make it worth it. The National Cooperative Study on Highway Research tells us that roundabouts are about 35% safer than a signaled intersection. And out of that statistic, 81% less fatalities. Another advantage of roundabouts is we've had a lot of complaints about speeding on West Lawrenceville Road, so a roundabout will definitely slow down the traffic. And one other benefit of a roundabout, cars do not sit and idle. They keep moving, and that's better for our environment. So this is the project that we are proud of, and you will see this start to happen during this year, 2011. The next project is just the project of empty buildings. That's not a very exciting project. But this deters us from doing other things. Having empty buildings costs the city money. Graffiti, police patrol, our economic planning department has to focus on getting people in those buildings. We are working with the Gwinnett Chamber of Commerce to fill our empty buildings. They have an inventory of all of our empty spaces. Unfortunately, 25% of the retail and office space in Duluth is empty, and the average is 16%. So this is definitely a project for us. The next project is the Gwinnett Place Community Improvement District. And even though this CID is not in the city limits, it is a very important part of our future, and it's an important project to us. We're very involved with the Gwinnett Place CID board and their director, Joe Allen, and we admire the work that's gone on over there. Those self-taxing businesses, and there are 238 of those, are putting money back into the area to make it more beautiful, to make it a sustainable economic development. The safety has improved and the traffic solutions have been put in place, and it's a wonderful place to shop. We must support our local businesses. 75% of the revenue that local retail people take in are from local businesses, local people shopping. 75%. We must shop locally. Very important. The Gwinnett Comp Plan, the 2030 Comp Plan, has named this area the International global business gateway for Gwinnett. This is Duluth. This is the first impression that some people have of Duluth. When they exit off Pleasant Hill Road, they think they're in the city limits, and we'll be glad to annex this in too, Joe. We would love to. So this is a very important project to us, and we're going to continue staying busy with this group. The next environment is the natural environment. And this is the least predictable of all the environments. Remember what we were doing 2 weeks ago today? We were all sitting at home, probably. That was the day that I kept my sweatpants on 12 hours and my pajamas on 12 hours. These are unpredictable, the natural environment. Back in 2009, when we had all the rain and the water, do you remember the car on satellite that went into the sinkhole? There was a sinkhole so large that the car was in it. Well, a lady in California heard that story on CNN News, and she decided to Google Duluth. Well, she found me. She was very upset with me because while the car was in the hole, it was vandalized, and the car seats and the CD player were stolen out of the car. And she blamed Duluth. Another reason that infrastructure is so critical and so important to us, and that's what we're going to talk about next. Aging stormwater infrastructure and the state-mandated water quality regulations are causing cities to look for alternative ways to fund infrastructure needs. In Duluth, we have many, many old infrastructure pipes, 35 and 40 years old. If you live in Howell Ferry, you need to be careful when you drive through your subdivision. Just kidding. But infrastructure need is very, very prominent in Duluth and a lot of Gwinnett cities.